everyone. It is early in the morning. It's, well, 7:22, but for me that's early. I've been up since 4. It got pretty cold last night. There were a really thin layer of ice on the cars. I slept uneasy for more than one reason. One, because it was pretty cold. Two, 3 reasons. 2, I'm confusing myself. My heating pad kept shutting off. And I'm like, what in the world? I have to go get a new one tomorrow. 3, I met someone kind of within the workplace that does a whole different job than I do, and a whole different building. And I was in the building where I edit my things, my videos, and charge my jackery and do my laundry. Well, he came in and we said hi to each other, and this isn't a good story on my interpretation. And I have my jackery on the table. I have my laptop on the table. I have a power bank on the table. I had some very expensive items on the table where I was editing my video. And he comes in and we kind of were talking, and we didn't even talk 5 minutes, and all of a sudden I knew that he was sent to me to talk about this, but I don't know why, because I know it didn't help him. But he stops me and he says, I need to confess something to you now that we're getting to know each other. And I'm like, what? And then he said, I am a addicted gambler. And I'm like, oh, that's kind of ironic, because I used to be a poker dealer. But anyway, we got on the topic, and he's like, he's lost like $40,000. He had $9 in his pocket, and going through hard times. His family doesn't even know that he's a gambler, but he loses a lot. Then he starts talking about what I call angel numbers, and probably most of you. But he didn't know what they were. Now, he was from Hong Kong, and he had a jade necklace on. And I'm getting the impression that he is probably spiritual and doesn't even know it. He said that he needs to help himself get better and not do it anymore. But then in the next sentence that followed was, but when I pay off my debt, I'll go back. I'm like, okay. So I was sitting there thinking, so this is what I go through since childhood. Strangers come up to me and talk about the randomest things possible. He's talking about the angel numbers, and I told him, I said, that's the universe talking to you. He said that it mostly happens when he's gambling. And then he said, when he's losing and he gets up and walks away, all of a sudden somebody wins at the table he was at. And he's like, why? And then he expressed that he would say he hates God. Why does God put him through that? And I couldn't get a word in edgewise of saying, God isn't the reason why you're going through it. You are. And then I said, they make therapy for that, and it helps a lot of people. And he said, I don't think I need therapy for it. And he's like, but I just want to know why I feel this way. And I said, and therapy will help you get to that point. But I noticed and realized it didn't matter what I said or did. He was just going in circles. He's wanting to stop. He's wanting to recover. He's going to do it again and go back again. And he just kept going in circles. And he kept me in there a good amount of time. Thank goodness the video that I was editing was done. And so I started gathering my things, and he kept talking, and I'm sitting there thinking, I don't want to be rude and just leave. But I had to go to bed. I had to get ready to go to bed. Finally, when he paused, I said, well, I am so happy to have been able to talk to you, but I have to get ready and go to bed. And my point of it being me not feeling safe was, 1, he's an addicted gambler. 2, he said he only had $9 in his pocket, and he didn't have a good head on his shoulders. And there I have about almost $4,000 worth of equipment laid out on the table. And I'm sitting there thinking, I don't leave it alone in that building and go to the bathroom. I don't do it. I go in, use the bathroom first, come out and get all that I just mentioned, and then lay everything out and get ready. I was sitting there thinking, there's no way I'm leaving this in here. I'll take it to my car and come back in and go to the restroom. And I did. And then I'm like, he knows what car I'm in, because I told him, which was a mistake. He said, do you work here? And I said, yes. I think he said, where do you live or something? And I didn't care. I thought, I'll never see the guy again. It's no big deal. I said, well, right now I live in my car. And I told him why. And he goes, oh, that Kia outside. And I'm like, how you know that Kia was mine? And I don't remember what he said about that. But I become alarmingly aware that when I packed all my stuff up and I went out the car and put it all in the car, as I was in the restroom, it hit me. He knows what car I'm in, and I just put all of my equipment in my car. And so as I'm sitting there, my right ear started ringing, and I'm like, okay, is this a sign that I need to haul ass out there? And I didn't haul ass, but I went out there as quick as possible. And then I had to drive to my spot without him knowing. But every sound, every little noise, everything, I was on high alert. Everything woke me up all night long because of that. I mean, everything's okay, of course, but still. But yeah, that was my time there. He kind of acted like maybe he was interested in me, but I'm like, there's no way. He's not on my level. And he's in a vicious cycle of becoming extremely in debt. He goes and gets personal loans and gambles it away. I'll never be with anybody like that, ever. And sorry about this horrible lighting. As I said, it was I don't remember when I told you, 7:15, something like that in the morning. Maybe 7, heck, I don't know. But you'll know. I'll know again when I edit the video. I don't like putting my big bright light in here when I'm camming because everybody looks. If I was in a private location, I would. I also want to quickly add, really quick, then I have to get off. As I was pulled in the office yesterday at work, somebody said they had a concern about me going through hardships in my personal life. And I looked at her, and then it hit me. I talk about living in my car on YouTube. And a year ago, maybe a little over a year ago, I did a video about somebody, and they brought me in the office and said, so we heard this and this and this, and it didn't turn out good. But then I was thankful that I work for an awesome company. And then yesterday, and my manager was telling me, and I'm like, I know, I don't want anybody to know, but stupid me keeps putting things on YouTube. But she wanted to make sure I was okay. Did I need any assistance? Like, certain resources or whatever. Am I mentally okay? So on and so forth. And I'm like, yeah. And I have a plan to get a Sprinter van on the 18th. And this is what I'm going to do. And this is what I'm going to do. And she's like, okay. She just wanted to make sure that I was okay. But then again, I stop and think. I'm like, it's such a great privilege to work with somebody, a company that cares enough about you to pull you in office and check on you and make sure you're doing okay. And I told her, I said, I love my team. I love working here, and I wouldn't change it for a thing. Unless my YouTube takes off, and then I won't be working there no more. Okay, so I'm going to end this here. It's going to be a short one. You know me, I'm sorry. I'm going to send you all love, light, and peace. Bye.